What's up, good people? Thank you for tuning in to 4722 Dominique, looking lovely on a budget. Today I just want to kind of come and kind of talk to you about a little bit of heartfelt issues. Obviously this video was certainly God inspired, and on so many levels. I am at a place in my life, I can't even say recently, and the reason why I came on here to share this with you, because I'm hoping that it will bless somebody else or motivate somebody else in whatever way possible. Anyway, I'm in a place in my life where I was feeling like everything that I touch, everything that was affiliated with me, it just seemed like my life is falling apart or was falling apart. And on yesterday, I felt hope for the first time in a long time. And sometimes, you know, when I was coming on here doing those videos or doing videos period at times, felt like it was fulfilling a void. I was fulfilling a void that was there from doing my hair, my makeup and stuff like that. And I've learned that what I'm learning, that all of that stuff is pretty much temporal. You can try to fill the void all you want to with all kinds of stuff, but still when it comes down to it, only God can fill that void. So I don't know who out there may be watching this video, if you're feeling lonely, if you're doing all kinds of stuff to cover up stuff like what I was doing. I was getting up every morning, or I have been getting up every morning with making videos on my mind, or checking my Facebook page, or whatever the case may be, just checking, even if it's positive posts, just checking positive posts. I'm a positive person, and I was allowing that to fulfill or try to fill that void that I was feeling, because if somebody says something positive, I would rake it into myself, which is good. You know, Facebook is good for things like that. Or I would say something positive, saying stuff in the hopes that I would eventually feel that way. And some of them I was feeling it, because it's still encouraging to be encouraging to other people. So I love that. I love serving. I love making people feel good about themselves. So I was going on Facebook every day and or every other day, reading posts. Like I was saying, I was making posts, and it still wasn't enough. I was like, what is it? It was like the more I was doing it, the more I felt like I was pushed, or felt like thrive to go and do these things more and more and more and more and more. So I would go to bed at night thinking what kind of video I could make the next day, because it was feeding that false thing within. It was like a temporary situation. That's what I'm trying to say. And it wasn't doing it. At the end of the week, it still felt like something was missing. I can do maybe 2 or 3 videos a week or something like that, and it takes time when you do these videos. You have to edit them, you have to get everything set up, and because I'm home all day, I was like, well, you know, that'll give me something to do besides doing what I know to do, which is kind of getting in my word. But it do come a time in your life, everybody is going to be faced with times in their life where they feel like, where you need somebody pretty much to intercede on your behalf, where you can't pray for yourself. I was at a place where seemed like I couldn't pray for myself. I can pray for anybody else and see results, see manifestation, but when it came to Dominique, I couldn't see a result. And it was like my life was just falling apart, and I didn't know why. And I was like, you know, just feeling like I was going into like a downward spiral. And I would hear, you know, sermons on TV, T.D. Jakes and Joseph Prince and Joyce Meyer and all of these people, and I would rake all that stuff once again into myself, like I was feeding myself off of somebody else's meals that they were taking time to prepare and eat for themselves and to be a blessing to us, but I wasn't doing it for myself. It was like I was in a place where I couldn't, I don't know if you ever been there, if you understand what I'm saying, where you feel like you don't even want to pray, you don't even want to read, you don't want to do anything, but you know God is there. And it seemed like He'd been silent for so long, and I was just like in a place, I was in a funk. It's like I couldn't get out. But I'm going to tell you what happened to me to allow me to feel hope again, allow my spirit man to feel a heartbeat again. it was my mom. She prayed for me, really interceded on my behalf. And I know other family members, other people were praying, but my mom. See, sometimes, all the time, it's the prayers of the righteous that do avail much. And I know to a lot of you looking at this video, if you're watching, like, what does that mean? What is all this you saying? Well, our parents are placed in a position, and as a mother myself, I can attest to this, where our parents have certain authority over us for the rest of our lives spiritually, because I belong to her. I'm my father's seed, but my mother birthed me. And women, moms, have the power to birth things, to call things forth, you know. And so she prayed for me diligently. I'm not talking about a pity pat prayer, which I'm not down in prayer, period. Any prayer is wonderful, but she travailed for me. And that made a difference in my life. And I was wondering, what happened was on yesterday, when I told you beginning in the video that I had started to feel hope. Well, I called my mom, and I knew it was her prayers, because I don't care what nobody say. When your mama pray for you, your mama, that's a different kind of prayer. It feels different. So I called my mom and I said, Mom, thank you for praying for me yesterday. She said, how you know that I prayed for you yesterday? And I said, because I felt it. My spirit man was screaming. It was parched, but it has a heartbeat again. It's like I can see my spirit man pretty much on life support, because I wasn't feeding it. I wasn't praying. I prayed for somebody else for the first time a couple of weeks ago in a church service, and I'm used to being used of God in some way, and I'm used to going out and serving and singing and doing all kinds of stuff, and I hadn't been doing that in a long time. So it's like my spirit was being starved of the thing of my purpose. See, if you don't live your passion, and if you don't do what the Lord has called you to do, or what your purpose to do of God, it will literally kill you. And it's not a physical death that I'm talking about, but it's a spiritual death. It's like a slow death inside. And so that's where the fulfillment of the void began to come in, when I started doing other things. And believe me, it's nothing wrong with me doing these videos. I'm not saying that. But you have to prioritize and have a balance and keep God first. Give God his time in the morning. Whatever time of day is best for you, give God his time. And you won't feel guilty for doing other things. You know, it's fun. This is my passion. I love doing makeup. I like doing makeup for weddings, for the bridesmaids, for if you're going on a date, an occasion or something like that, for godly women, for whatever woman. You know, I enjoy sowing seeds in people's lives and allowing them, or being able to be a part of them feeling good about themselves. I believe that that's one of my gifts, but I wasn't utilizing that. I was doing all that stuff unto myself, which turned into vanity. And I know these kind of videos don't get a lot of hits. I don't expect it to, but I was truly felt led of God to come on here and say that. I felt a pull, a yearning. It was like a urgency to say this. So somebody out there listening may be able to relate, may be able to be set free by this. But back to my mom. She interceded for me. Our relationship over the years needed a little improvement. We didn't hate each other. We loved each other, of course, but we wasn't both in the place that we should have been to reciprocate the love, and to basically for us to reciprocate it from each other and give it to each other. One thing about this thing, if you have a mom or an auntie or a grandma, whoever raised you, and you got things in your heart towards them, you have to let that stuff go, and remember that they might not know how to love you right. They might have missed something in their childhood that you know nothing about. So you can't hold somebody to something that they just don't know how to do. You have to accept what they do and pray for their improvement. Pray that the Lord instruct them on how to treat you, because basically my mom had me young. We grew up together. She learned with me. As I grew, she grew. So now she's finally at a place where, you know, she's doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Ma. I really appreciate you. And she's been stepping up her game. You know, in me and my brother's life, we're the only two children that she has. So I told her yesterday, I thank her for that. You know, you have to let people go. Stop holding people to stuff they didn't do for you, what you think they should have did, how you think they should have did it, because you don't know what their mom did and what their mom did. It's a generational thing. You have to go on what you've been taught and learn how to let stuff go and embrace people the way that they are and love them and nurture them to where you would like to see them be, and call things that are not as though they were. Because love covers a multitude of sin. That thing is real, it's powerful, it's effective. Because that same love that we give out, that where the Lord is living in us, it's just, you give that same love to somebody else because he gave it to us first, and that's why it's so powerful. But I needed that intercession. And it's like, if it wasn't, yes, other people's prayers played a big part. People that I don't even know be praying for me, and people that I don't know or do know that is against me. But the word says that he, you know, what can that do to me? What can somebody else do to me? He that lives in me is greater than he that is in the world. That's just the scripture. So I'm not concerned about no haters. I ain't concerned about that. Because love is so powerful. It breaks that barrier. It breaks that bondage. And it puts a shield around me and anybody else to, it's like a repellent. It propels anything that is against, that comes at you. Those darts, those fiery darts that the enemy may send. And see, my mom just, she really interceded for me. And she did something that nobody else could have done. That's her role. That's where she, you know, that's what she's supposed to do as a mom. But my valid point, what I wanted to get out is, we be so hard on people that have hurt us or offended us in any way. But you got to remember, you're human and you have erred yourself, and you have hurt somebody else along the way. You might not know that you hurt somebody. They may never tell you. You might have caused an ought in somebody's life in some type of way where they feel like they wouldn't have gone if it wasn't for you. So I've hurt people, and myself, whether intentionally or not. Some of it I did do on purpose because I was angry, hurt, upset. But that's no reason to retaliate in that way. So if I've hurt you and you're watching this, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please. I don't want to take that into a new year. I release my own self. I accept God's forgiveness right now in my life because I've asked you to forgive me. Whoever you may be, friendships, cousins, aunties, uncles, friends, people I grew up with, whatever the case is, whomever out there, please forgive me in my ignorance, you know, where I might have not known any better, because we're all born in flesh and sin, and things happen. The enemy is strategic in how he wants you to fail in your adult life, and he sows seeds when you're kids, when you're children, so you won't be productive citizens or adults or even kingdom citizens for God. But anyway, back to what I was saying, the mother's love. And if you don't have a mom, or if your mom passed away, my condolences to you. But forgive yourself if you didn't have a chance to tell her thank you, or you're sorry, or receive her love and forgiveness. Forgive yourself. And I'm pretty sure she's gone on and would appreciate that and knows all about it, because heaven knows, I'm telling you, heaven knows those people that have passed and gone on to be with the Lord, they're alive and well. Their spirits are rejoicing in heaven. And I believe that they're watching down here with us or on us and rooting us on, that we can do it to one day come to where they are, you know, live the life. So I wanted to come on here and tell my mother thank you. You just don't know. I got a heartbeat again. My spirit was just, it was just screaming. It was just dying, you know. And I feel like I can go on and read a book pertaining to God, read something to feed myself. I feel like doing it today, and I have been before the Lord today. And you know, I just thank the Lord for you, Ma. I really do. So I just want to say from my heart to you, thank you so much. Mwah. And I love you dearly. I love you more than you know. And I never really expressed it like I supposed to, but as far as just always saying it in your face, I tell you quite often, but I just want to make it public, you know, just to say thank you. I think I turned out to be pretty decent, well-rounded, so I just wanted to come on here to say to my viewers, whether you're watching via Facebook, through YouTube or not, if you got something you need to do, you need to forgive somebody, you need to let it go, call them, whatever you need to do, forgive yourself, forgive others, even if you can't get people, because it's not always meant for you to call everybody you offend or hurt. My God, that might take I don't know how long. You have to start with forgiving yourself, and if it comes up a door open for you to confront somebody, then, you know, tell them you love them, tell them you forgive them, to ask them to forgive you if you were the offender. So I just wanted to come on here and, like I said before, if I've offended anybody out there in any way, forgive me, please. In my ignorance, even growing in Christ, or my ignorance before I got saved, forgive me. I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you. Never. I never meant to hurt you. I'm sorry. Forgive me in my ignorance. I didn't know no better. Like the word said, forgive them for they know not what they do. I was ignorant to a lot of things and I didn't know, so I'm sorry. And some stuff as I grew, I just wasn't living the life. So that what was expected of me. I was a sinner. Who I served was at that time was Satan pretty much. So I was liable to do anything. And in my human flesh dwells no good thing. So inside my flesh and anything that I do towards anybody outside of God, I'm so sorry. I really am. So forgive me in my ignorance at the time. And I'm gonna do better. You know, I'm gonna do better. So I just wanted to kind of come on here to let you guys know where I was, and please don't try to fulfill what God's supposed to be with these temporal things. It's never going to work. You're going to be tired because you're trying to fight stuff in your own strength. And, excuse me, that's where I was, drained, tired, beat down, woe down. I done caught some licks from the devil upside my head. I mean, oops, upside my head. And, I mean, dragged, just beat down for no reason when I've had the power and the authority all the time. But sometimes you don't feel like fighting. That's why when you tell people you gonna pray for them, please pray for them people. If you ain't gonna remember it, wherever you at, pray. If I'm in the grocery store and you ask me to pray for you, we're gonna pray right then. I don't care who looking, who watching. I'm not ashamed of what I believe in. You ask me to pray, I take that serious. Grocery store, flea market, Magnolia Mall, wherever we at, any mall, I'm gonna pray for you. If you ask me that, I'm gonna pray for you. I take that seriously. So once again, the temporal stuff ain't gonna fix it. It just ain't. I done tried it to no end and didn't even realize that what I was doing. But that what I was doing, I was depleted, I was empty, I was busted. When I tell you disgusted, I had no peace. I couldn't sleep at night and I didn't know why. I was just tired when I woke up, tired when I went to bed. And I'm still tired because I'm still just going through the process of coming out of the process of that, and my body is drained, my mind is tired and spent. But it's no excuses, no reason. I have the word, which is my sword, and I can fight back, and I choose to get up. So make the choice, like the word said, choose this day who you're gonna serve, and choose life. The word tells you what to choose life. So today I choose life. So I hope this has inspired somebody. Call your mamas, people, your aunties, let stuff go, because they probably just didn't know what to do themselves in raising you. And look at, you know, their background, look at the history. Even if it's no excuse, it's just the fact God has forgiven us for every foul, jacked up thing we ever did. So we got to learn to let stuff go and be done with it and forgive and move on. And if you forgive and you have to move on, you can love people from afar and forgive from afar. And if you feel like you've forgiven them and you can't deal with them or whatever the case, you can't be around, then you don't have to. There's no rules to this thing. It's just freeing yourself, because not forgiving imprisons you. Not letting go imprisons you, not the other person. They gone, their life ain't thinking about you and you still holding on to all this stuff. Let it go. Let it go. If you feel like you can't, ask God to soften your heart, you know, just to melt away that stony heart so that you can feel and you can receive His love. And once His love penetrates you, you can give that to other people. So I just wanted to come on here and say that. Thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you to my mom. I appreciate you, Mom. I love you. I really do. And I do appreciate your prayers. I believe that you are a powerful woman of God. You intercede, you travail for me, and I'm alive because of it. From my birth, I had a hard time, and while I'm an adult, in my spiritual life, in my natural life, sometimes I have a hard time, but it's nothing like a mother's love and a mother's prayer. So this video is dedicated to you, Ma. I salute you. You are a wonderful woman of God. I appreciate you and I love you. And if you are watching and you need to call your mom today or forgive something if your mom is not living or whatever the case may be, let it go. Take a flower to her grave, or your auntie or your grandma, whoever. Go to them, your uncles, whoever that took care of you and imparted something in your life or is the reason why you are the way you are today. Tell them thank you. So once again, please, peace, love, and blessings. And I hope this really helps somebody. You guys be blessed. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. It's heartfelt. I know it's not on makeup or anything like that, but I had to be obedient to what I felt led to do. If you don't like it, you hate the preaching part, you done looked at it this long, and to hear me say this, it was obviously something you needed or something that was said that made you stop and check this particular video out. So again, thank you. Thank you so much for watching this. You guys be blessed. Peace, love, and blessings to you. I can't say that enough. Have a good holiday season. And what a way to kick off the new year. So I look forward to even doing new videos in my balance. I am going to balance it out where I feel great when I come on here with no guilt, no nothing. I gave God his time and fruit first. So you guys be blessed and continue to please pray for me. Please. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.